Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Return of the Obra Dinn. You know, I got tired of that sound that my watch makes when it goes off. The alarm, you know, it's high-pitched, it's annoying. So I set it to vibrate, as you do. Now I can't figure out how to get it back. That's watch humor. I was doing magic watch humor there. Alright, let's see what is up with this poor fellow. So, I'm wondering if maybe, this was the beginning of the supernatural happenings, of like maybe taking the mermaids on board, or perhaps whatever is in that safe was maybe the thing that provoked the curse, or if maybe there wasn't a curse. Maybe there wasn't like a general curse, but like just bad stuff happens on the ocean, you know? It certainly seems like there's a lot of weird supernatural horribleness out here, so... Okay. This guy opened the thing, and he seems to have maybe gotten Ark of the Covenanted a little bit. Just like gently in his arm parts, mostly. Okay, so this guy is hauling the mermaid up onto the deck. It looks like there's a lot of blood there. Is that his blood, or... Okay, the mermaid is not in my book. That's good to know. There's another mermaid dead already. Oh, that's a person. Are mermaids not people? I don't know. I guess they're kind of terrifying. So yeah, what is this? The glowy thing. Maybe the glowy thing is the source of the issue. If that's the case, we should probably move further away from it, right? Because I feel like the ship's not that far away from the source of the glowing right now in the present. And that makes me a little nervous. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how they died. They were... magicked? Is magicked an option? Magicked is not an option here. Hold on, let's step back into the memory. Hold on, watch. What is the story with this guy? What is happening with him right now? His arm is all magicked off. Or on fire? On magical fire. Can't really tell what's going on inside this little chest. What is that inside the drawer? Looks like it could be a small loaf of bread, or... It's something that's got like an indentation carved into it. It's like a bowl. It's like a bowl is like the inverse of the shape of a loaf of bread, in my defense. The thing I just said, that a lot of people are thinking, wow, how could he be so stupid? It's because bowls and bread are basically the same thing, you know, just backwards. I don't have any idea what has happened to this man. I guess we're gonna leave it for now. Let's maybe examine the situation a little bit further, you know, from another point in time. Get just a slightly different angle on this. So is it just gonna place all their bodies here on the deck? I mean, I guess this is where we saw their bodies later, right? They hauled them all up onto the ship. Yeah, and see, up here on the ship, his arm is gone. The part of his arm that looked like it was on fire is gone. So I guess we could call that burned, maybe? Was burned one of my options? Oh, dear. Okay, yeah, it seems like opening this was a real bad move. We're dealing with some consequences here. So this guy, interestingly, this guy is not in that same part of the photo. Right, because a bunch of these guys who are speaking what I think is Chinese appear in this little separate photo, right? off by themselves. These guys are just crew from the ship, I guess? And you have been... Boy, I am not clear. I am not clear on what you have been. But so this thing got opened, and it shot all kinds of scary lights into the ocean, which drew forth the mermaids, or maybe killed the mermaids that had already been drawn forth. This guy's doing some good cowering. That is some good solid cowering. A+. And you got the glowy. This thing, this particular glowy thing is of great interest to me. Maybe I'm fixating on it overly. So it just fell in the water, probably, after the little battle with the mermaids occurred here. So I have no idea. I have no idea on this one, but I do feel comfortable going back to that other page and trying, like, was burned an option? Burned. Yeah, sort of. I mean, it was just their arm. Can you burn to death from just, like, your arm catching on fire, but none of the rest of you catching on fire? Probably, right? That's maybe a dumb question. I don't know. I'm trying to put the book away. There we go. So still not super clear on what has happened to you. Oh, this is someone I missed here. Looks like maybe they got speared or spiked. I'm still not 100% clear on the fine distinction there.
You still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
Alright, so we got an O'Hagan and a Nichols. That's good. I do like names. So there was some kind of... Wait, who is this? Okay, there's clearly some kind of disagreement here. Oh, this person's been grabbed and they're trying to drag him under? But we know he doesn't actually get pulled off the boat, right? Because he was visible in the next memory. Oh, you got just, like, chomped. Is chomped one of my options? I don't think chomped was in the book. There's an O'Hagan and a Nichols. But unfortunately, there's way too many people here for me to feel like I have a good guess as to who is who. And you have been definitely speared. I'm going to call that speared. That looks like a proper harpoon. So, hold on. This guy was probably attacked. You got bit. This unknown soul was, geez, decapitated, drowned, eaten? Not really eaten. Cannibalized by an unknown attacker. I mean, devoured by a terrible beast. That seems wrong. Because the body's still here. They were just bit. I'm gonna put this back to unknown, I guess. I don't feel comfortable... Well, you know what? We should leave it. They're checked in groups 3s. Like, it's not actually probably going to hurt me to leave it wrong. And who knows? Maybe this is what they're looking for. Okay. Now you. So you were attacked, but I don't see an actual cause of death here. Like, this is not a memory of your death. You, my dear man, have been speared. At least that's what it looks like.
Keep rowing! Where is it? There! Something there! I see it! Give us a weapon! Shoot it! My kid eye! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
That's a fair point. Miss Lim, that's a name we had already seen. Should probably make sure that happens. So yeah, this guy, obviously very speared. Just extremely harpooned. That's a really good throw, actually. So this is Miss Lim, right? This guy was tied up. He has... Ah, man. He's done something. You got... Huh. Are you in the other memories? Maybe not. I think this person may have just been drowned. That body just disappears, right? This guy we still haven't actually gotten a chance to call yet. Alright, well, let's make sure we mark Lim in our book. You are... Let's see here. There's not a Lim in the section with the people from China. But she could be one of the unknowns, right? Formosa. You know, I don't know where Formosa is, but this looks like our winner. I don't know, maybe that's right. Devoured certainly feels wrong, but I didn't see anything in the list that was any better. Alright, you... This guy burned to death. Have you shot with a gun by an unknown attacker? Ah, yeah, okay. This is what happens when I take a break of a day in between episodes. I forget stuff. Alright, well. I need to finish gathering all of the memories about this situation here. Part of my strategy for dealing with this right now is that I kind of want to just keep moving through the memories. Like, let's get as much context as we possibly can, right? And then we can go back and resolve things. But this guy was very speared by a terrible beast. Maybe it's a little far calling the mermaids beasts, but this seems right-ish. Okay, your turn. Well, I certainly know how you died.
Keep course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊落去水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。Aye, shut it up. They say strange things about monsters.
Okay, so there was an expectation that monsters were going to show up. That's interesting. Well, obviously, speared through the chest. So these guys were fleeing from the Obra Dinn. And we're pretty late into the book here, right? No, this is only chapter 4. But this is after... No, sorry. This is 2 chapters before the giant spider monsters. So I wonder why they're fleeing the Obra Dinn. Is it just because they've stolen this thing? Honestly, that might be it. So I'm thinking that, like, it's important to get context here. But also... so that's one reason that I want to kind of hurry through and see all of the memories. But also, I'm just, like, I kind of can't stand the suspense. I really want to know why all this stuff is happening. There's nobody here that we don't recognize at this point, right? These are all... Yeah, these are all marked already. So... You know that our friend here is speared. Unfortunately, we do not have a great sense of who he is. What is enemy by a foreign enemy? Well, I guess from the sea is foreign. Alright, so the creepy door has opened. We can go back to the present. Man, we need to get a better hold of the names. So we know that one of these guys... we picked up a couple of names there, but unfortunately there's just too many people to be attached to them. I don't feel I can eliminate those names from the list just yet. We're going to need more information. We're going to have to do a little process of elimination on that stuff. Okay, 2 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. One of these guys was definitely just pulled off the ship, although now I don't remember which one of them it was. We'll deal. Actually, how easy is it to get back into the memories? Do I have to re-access things by interacting with the corpses? Yeah, okay. So hold on, we're gonna do this. We haven't tried this yet, going back into memories that we've already seen. How easy is it for me to jump around here? Okay, this is definitely not the memory I wanted. Okay, you load in and out of them pretty quickly. I just gotta find the correct corpse. I think it was her that we went in through. Of the 3 on the deck, she's the one we went in through last. So... Whoa. Alright, that's a slightly different version of that effect.
You still breathing? Can you roll? Nichols, sir, shoot them!
Right, we have O'Hagan and Nichols. Man, where's my notebook? Hold on. I want to take some actual physical notes here, because there are some things that we cannot easily mark in the book.
Aye, sir. Check the load of them myself.
So it's you, right? You got pulled off of the boat. Okay. It's the beardy guy. Got drowned. Was drowned by a terrible beast is how I'm calling that one. Fortunately, we can't really check any of this stuff because I don't know the names yet. So which one of you guys is the other one who disappeared? I assume also drowned. That's not this guy. This guy's a different guy who's holding a rifle at that image. It's this one. So unfortunately, we have to go back out and then come back in here, probably, in order to rewind the memory. But did that guy also get drowned? The fact that his body is not visible to us makes me think that probably he did. He might have just gotten pulled overboard. Okay, so by this time, he's gone already, because he was on Lim's ship. Yeah, that's not him. That's not him. So this body will take us back into part 2? Is that right? This is a very unusual way of investigating. So at this point, dude is still on the ship.
Give us a weapon! Shoot it! Mike and I!
Pick up the oars and row, you
Wait, no, this is going to take me to 1. I need to go to 3. Hold on, we got to walk out of here. Yeah, none of these are fuzzy in the way that indicates that I'm allowed to interact with them. So we're gonna try this one more time, and then even if I don't quite hit it, we'll just move on. I step in through you to part 4. And then I want to use... Oh man. Is it this guy? This guy takes me to 3? Yeah, here we go.
You're still breathing? Can you roll?
Alright, here's our man. And he's gone by the time we get into the next part, so he is also drowned by a beast. Okay. I was pretty sure that was the case, but I wanted to be certain before I wrote it in the book. This fella was definitely drowned by a terrible beast. Alright, it is probably the case, I'm going to guess here, it is probably the case that I should have more names figured out by now, but we'll go back through and we'll figure it out. We had an O'Hagan and a somebody. Okay, where to now? I think there was still a deck that we had not fully scoured in the present down here, right? Man, there's an awful lot of ways to... Awful lot of memories that we have access to here that we have not yet figured out the full implications of. Also, don't super remember which doors I've been in. So that's fun. Very few of these doors have any bodies in them, though. Or even the memories of any bodies. Alright, so I think we're on the bottom floor now. Yeah, we definitely checked this out. So we made it over here. I remember that we definitely looked at that. Okay, this is how we get on this side of this massacre. There's a lot of pretty wild stuff going on here. I'm trying to think, is there any place on the ship that I feel like we've seen but haven't been able to go yet? Because we actually are still missing a ton of stuff, right? Aren't there whole parts of the book? Yeah, we have no parts... We have nothing filled in 3 and 1, right? Oh no, 1 was the loose cargo. Sure. Actually, maybe we're closer to completing this book than I thought. We're missing some stuff. We're missing quite a bit of stuff in the Doom, and then obviously the bargain is not going to be accessible to us. So no, actually, we're closer to this. We're closer to done with this than I thought we were. Sorry, we're closer to done figuring out all of the... where all of the fates are, at least. If not actually closer to figuring out what to do with them. Let's see. This door was unlocked before. There definitely were some doors on the ship that were locked, but it seems like maybe not anymore. Which means that in order to figure out where we yet need to go, I need to remember which ones were locked, which is... Okay, that's locked. Where does that go? Hold on a second. Okay, that's locked, but I have access to the other side of it, so it doesn't matter. I actually was just in here. So I wonder if I missed stuff inside of the memories, because, like, it's weird that there would still be pages pages with nothing on them in the section about the Doom, right? This guy's from the Doom, isn't he? No, this is Soldiers of the Sea. Okay, I need to just get out of here. I guess that's the door. Okay. So what I need now, in addition to finding out where the final set of memories is, part of what I need to do is just figure out where to start the chain of logic that's going to lead to us unraveling some of the names here. Alright, so we're on the Doom now. This is a really, really cool game mechanic, though. I'm, like, way into this thing. Right, so there's no blurry corpses for me to interact with. You know, we never do see that goat again, do we? Like, what happened to the goat after the octopus showed up? The page for conclusion. And also parts 1 and 2 are not filled in. Boy, they're really actually not that far into their journey from here. So it looks like around the Canary Islands, the ship got pulled off course. We know that the lifeboats with the people who were trying to, I'm assuming, steal the chest from the Obra Dinn broke off around here somewhere because they were trying to make it to the Canaries. I don't have a good sense of, like, nautical scale. Like, they said they were 3 days out from the Canaries, right? But, like, how much distance on this map is 3 days in a rowboat? I have no idea. No intuitive sense at all. Well, shoot. How do I get around from in here? This is just not a very helpful memory for this purpose. Alright, where's my door? Probably this would have been a little bit easier if I had managed to be more thorough. Alright, well, this is maybe not the most exciting thing to do, but I'm going to have a quick trip down here and do my best to search all of the doors. Hey, this is new. Right? Yeah, we definitely haven't seen this before. Cool, great. So glad to be vicariously remembering this moment. Okay, well, that went a little bit sideways. Not exactly what dude was hoping for. Do I have any idea who you are? ES. Huh, we've definitely seen you in another memory. This guy's like, I don't know what's worse, the sound or the smell. So ES, I mean, that probably won't be too difficult to try to discern how many people with the initials ES could possibly be on the ship, right? Alright, definitely want to check all of the hammocks if we can actually see a face or anything sticking out of these. That would make things really a lot easier on me. Okay, well. So you were choked out by the octopus while just trying to do your business. You know, this is a very human way to die. Who among us hasn't almost been murdered by a giant sea creature while pooping? So this soul was crushed by a beast. And this unknown soul is, let's see. Hey, Nichols, the second mate. That's interesting. This unknown soul is, let's see. Well, we might get lucky and only have one ES to work with. Or, increasingly likely, none. None ESs. Did I miss one? I suppose it would be too easy if there was just a guy whose name was ES here. Maybe we're dealing with a nickname? Nope, or maybe it's Edward Spratt, the artist, who of course signed the sketch. Yep. Obviously. Okay. Edward Spratt, the artist, crushed by a terrible beast. Feeling pretty good about that prediction. Oh, what have we here? Hey, look at this. Thoroughness. I didn't even try to go up on the main deck. What is your deal? Oh dear. What's happening here? Okay, this seems like something that might be interesting. It was right about here, right? I'm sure the glowy light is having a grand old time running around right now. I'm heading it off at the pass. Look at that. Yeah, that's right. I got your number.
Let me on.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
Huh? How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother.
What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
Okay, well that's information we should be able to use to discern an identity eventually. This person is a Dane, and that person had a brother. Once upon a time. Is that... Huh, I don't know that we've seen that person before. We've definitely seen you before. I think. You know, now I'm feeling less certain. Alright, so we got a Dane here being attacked by a guy who has the last name of someone else on the boat. And it looks like there really is, this time, nothing else together in this memory. So how do I... Doesn't seem to be any way to accelerate the iris out effect. Iris in, I guess. Whatever. That thing that just happened. How many people on the ship are from Denmark? Well, this poor sod was clubbed by... Just real quick here. Do I see a last name there's a second copy of? Aside from, obviously, Abigail. I'm gonna have to actually look at the list as a whole. It'll be easier for me to do this. Just on the big crew list that we can scroll up and down. So, people from Denmark. Just one. Okay. So, this is probably Lars. Loved by somebody. And this is a good time to take a guess, right? Because we have a couple of other things all the way filled in. I think there's 2 Andersons, maybe? 2 Jameses? Maybe not. Maybe my brain is bad. You know, just kind of in general. All right, hold on. Like I said, this will be easier for me to do from the larger cast list. Larger crew list, rather. So I need to jump over to here. Okay. Being able to scroll smoothly like this will help me a little bit. Gibbs, Nichols, Evans, Wallace. You know, I'm really actually not seeing it, which is not to say that it is not there. The ropes. We saw somebody get crushed by rigging. Well, we saw Abigail get crushed by rigging. But we saw somebody else get crushed by a bunch of stuff, right? I guess this is not a good way to do that part, because that's only gonna... It's only gonna show here people that we have guesses for the names of. So what I really want to do is... Is there a list of... There's not really a list of people sorted by death type, but it was a person from the Loose Cargo chapter, right? Maybe it was this guy? I guess this isn't really that helpful. Well, that's more memories, at least. More fate uncovered. Boy, that's an awful lot of people not filled in. I'm sure a lot of these people were just, like, pulled off the ship by the octopus. Okay, so... What else are we missing in the book? There's a page missing from Soldiers of the Sea. But is that the last one? No, there's the entire murder chapter and one page from Soldiers of the Sea. Alright, so we're pretty close to having a sort of full picture of what's going on here. Man. On the cargo deck was the line that was on the one page of Soldiers that we haven't done yet. Right? So, hey, here's a question. Which one of these is the cargo deck? Is it the bottom one? It's the cargo hold. But yeah, I mean, it's the bottom one, right? Alright, let's go all the way down and scour the place for something we might have missed, because I can't imagine how else we would get in. I mean, there's also still being thorough and checking all the doors, right? That was something I started doing, and then when it yielded results, I immediately stopped doing it, which is maybe the worst time to stop doing it. Let's just make sure that there are no locked doors on the ship that are, like, mysterious to me. It's okay for there to be a locked door as long as I know what's on the other side of it and can get there somehow. Alright, so before we go down, let's double check this. This whole deck. It is nice of people to have mostly just died in the open. This is the guy who was dragged in here after being stabbed, right?
Oh no, you're cut.
Yeah, okay.
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Had I actually filled in this guy's cause of death? No, I hadn't, because he was definitely knifed. You saw the knife on the ground out there.
I tried my best
Aye,
to pull him back to save him.
you tell her yourself.
Interestingly, the knife is not... He is not, at this point, visible? Where's that knife? Like, how did it... It's on the ground in the present. Do I know anything about you at all? Oh, yes, I certainly do. Quite a bit. Who's this guy? Hold on, let's take another look at this sketch too while we're here. So underway, this is from early in the trip when everybody's feeling pretty good. This guy we haven't determined the fate of. He must be from the murder chapter. And here's Formosan royalty, so I suppose I should have been able to guess that, you know, these are the Formosans, because it says so right on the thing. And then I'm not certain what's happening here in the Justice at Sea picture. Is this person being, like, They've been suspended and then they're being shot? That seems like kind of a strange way to do a shooting squad. Firing squad, rather. And the Formosans look pretty upset about it. Yeah, there's stuff here that yet has to be figured out. Okay. Just a weird little light decal on the wall over there. Alright, let's see if we can figure out... Stupid door. Get back at this and see if we can't figure out where this murder took place. Where the murder that is so important that it's worth naming a whole chapter after, even with all of the other murders that have gone on here. Okay, so this we handled. I'm not 100% certain what is being... Like, why is this door all blurry? Is this implying that this door is closed in the actual present and that, like, stepping in here is just remembered stuff, or... Because, right, it's like the bodies that look like that are not actually present. So the door that looks like that is not actually in the state that it appears to be in? I'm guessing? A weird little area, but does not seem to be significant. Okay, we've been in here, like, recently. There's nowhere over on this end of the ship to go. We definitely checked out the body behind the wall there. We looked at that. These are proper, like, beds. These are for the fancy crew. People who are paying, I imagine, quite a bit extra to not have to sleep in a hammock. Although, honestly, like, a hammock might be really relaxing, right? On a ship, just kind of like being swayed by the motion of the water and everything. Alright, so we definitely walked back here and found that guy. Although, you know, what I'm not certain of is, was there anything beyond? No, in fact, there was not. But this is the kind of thing I'm thinking we might yet discover. Kind of like little side passages and stuff that I've managed to miss thus far. We did go back here as well, I believe. Okay, next deck. I don't think we have investigated this yet. So this will be the last page in Soldiers at Sea, then. Oof. Well, this guy's... You know he's having some positive effect here. Boy, how do you think we should categorize this? He's getting run through by a limb. Who are you? Okay, you're that guy. A lot of the people killed by these things were, like, spiked in a very obvious way, but I don't know how to categorize it put its whole leg through my neck. What do we call that one? Clawed, maybe? It's getting them with the clawy parts. It's not really a spear or a spike. I'm gonna call it clawed for now. Boy, it's really easy to get stuck on this thing's legs. Where's my spooky door? Over here. Okay, so all we have left to uncover is all of Chapter 3. And then, of course, there's an awful lot of figuring out to do yet. A lot of solving. Yep, nobody disappeared here. They were all kind enough to die horribly on board the ship, where it'd be easy to keep track of them. Okay, we go in here already? I've already forgotten which of these doors I have opened. Okay, we checked this out, but is there anything in this room we missed? No. So it seems like Chapter 3 is not a terribly long one. There's only a couple of fates missing here. Got all this stuff figured. I wonder if I'm supposed to be able to get in here. I'm wondering if there might be inside there something that we could interact with. Probably can't get in from below, right? Because I have no way of going underneath the floor we're on now. Yeah, you can see that there is there's a hatch in there that's open. Looks like the roof is solid. There's no way in from above. Oh, well, hold on. Maybe I'm being hasty. No, there's no way in from above. Huh. Okay, well, you know, maybe I don't need to get in there. Maybe that's not actually a place where anything interesting is. So let's go to Chapter 3. Does Chapter 3... Outside the first mate's window. Okay, the first mate's quarters are on... We've been in there. First mate's quarters are on one of these decks. This one, the gun deck. Which is this one. Okay, yes, the first mate's quarters are over here. Aha! Okay. This is what I was supposed to have noticed when we found this door open earlier.
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Give it up.
Ah, okay. Is this the theft of the chest? Hey, look at that. It's pretty much the same pose, actually. Alright, well, you were shot by... Oh. Okay. And that's Miss Lim there, and this is this guy. What is going on with these people? Well, hold on. We don't have the full story here yet. I guess it's a little early to start speculating on that one. Ooh, you've seen better days. And we know you pretty well at this point. Okay. Well, hopefully this will lead us through the rest of the chapter pretty quickly. So what exactly is this chest? Yeah, that thing. You know, I'm kind of glad we encountered these in this order, because it builds up a lot of dramatic importance on whatever the heck is in this box. This person was certainly shot with a gun. Okay, and we're about to get some insight into that terrifying sketch as well. Must you? Listen, we all have things to do. I guess probably whatever magic force this is immortal. Doesn't really care about time. But I'm not. Well, maybe I'm not. I guess we don't really know anything about our character. Perhaps I am immortal. The point is, I have things to do.
You have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Okay.
Quiet.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire!
Okay, well... how are we gonna file the cause of death on this one? Because it sure does look like everybody shot him. Although... are some of these paths missing? Okay, actually, yeah. Let's see, it looks like this is the one that actually hit. Okay, we've seen an awful lot of this dude. Alright, so we now have a name for this guy. Who's the one actually giving the order? It's you. So we have a name for you now as well. And, I mean, pretty much everybody is present. Where's the artist? I'm kind of curious. Oh, hey, look. Monkey's riding the goat. Here he is. Okay, this one was valuable. So... this is Hok Sang Lao. He was shot with a gun by, unfortunately, a guy whose name I think we still maybe don't know, but we can probably start putting this together now. We have a lot of information to work with. Let's finish seeing all the memories of this sequence, and then we'll unravel things a little bit more. Alright, well, this doesn't really even need to go anywhere, but I have no doubt it will just flit in a big circle here before coming to rest almost exactly where I was already standing. We're so close to never having to deal with the light ever again.
Hello? Who is there? Who is that? Is someone hurt? Senora Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Oh, hello, yes. All fine here. Just, sorting some things.
Extremely believable.
Here, let me help you.
Oof. So... I can't quite see what's happening here. I'm assuming that's a knife. Mr. Nichols is stabbing the heck out of this guy. We do not know his name. After having... looks like bludgeoned you pretty solidly. And here's the... oh, it's like a conch shell. Set into a little depression. A little if you will, bread loaf-shaped bowl. Okay, so Nichols has gone a little bit mad, but, you know, who knows why. Once we have some idea what this thing is, maybe it will seem justified to us. I'm not going to put money on it, but maybe. Alright, well, I'm ready for the iris. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I think he was knifed. I think that's what's happening there. He was knifed by Edward Nichols. He is the only Nichols on board, right? Yes, okay. Did we have Nichols' name filled in on his picture? So that's not what I want. I want you. Right, that's him. That's the right guy with a hat. Yes, okay. Alright, we're getting somewhere here. So was that all of them? So Hoksing Lao was found guilty of the murder of Nunzio Pasqua. Which is maybe this guy? Nichols is framing him. If he's Nunzio Pasqua, let's see here. That makes him Italian, which fits with him saying Signor Nichols. Right, with that spelling. That is the Italian spelling. And it looks like he might be the only Italian on board. I don't think that's a Spanish thing, but also... something in my brain is like, could that be Spanish? But also, it looks like there's nobody from Spain here. So I feel actually fairly confident that this is Nunzio Pasqua. Which means... what does that mean? How does that help? Mr. Wolf, when you're ready. It's the guy giving the order, the guy putting down his hand in that situation was Mr. Wolf, which it's this guy with the hat. This dude's Wolf. Let's see here. Christian Wolf. Okay. Hey, look at that. We're putting it together. We're making some progress here. What are we at? 9 of 60 now. Well, you know, 15%. I'm getting there. So we now have found all of the memories. Oh, wait a second.
Boy! Get in there somewhere! Storm's coming! Finish your business and climb down here!
It is starting to rain. So that glowy thing is presumably the location of the magic conch shell, which fell overboard when the mermaids attacked the rowboats, right? And now we have some idea what all's going on here, although I don't know for sure if the conch shell thing is connected to the octopus thing, or if that was just some, like, really bad luck. But I think this is maybe a good place to stop for now. We've made some real progress here, and now the deduction can begin in earnest. And of course, by now, I mean next time, which is when we will see you. I'm trying to do my intro. I'm trying to do my outro, but in a weird order. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when the deduction can begin in earnest. There we go. Managed to untangle that. And we'll see you then.